I'm not really sure how to explain this without sounding crazy, but something happened to me last fall that I still can't wrap my head around. I haven't told anyone in real life because it just sounds like a nightmare, but it wasn't. It was real. Or at least, it felt real enough to mess me up for a while. At the time, I was living in the city and working late shifts at a hospital. Nothing glamorous, mostly administrative. I didn't drive, so I'd take the bus home around midnight. It wasn't ideal, but it was reliable. Route 66 ran every hour on the hour. There were never more than 3 or 4 people on it that late, sometimes just me and the driver. It started mid-October. I noticed that the bus was arriving a few minutes earlier than usual. At first, I thought I was just mixed up, but it kept happening, like it was showing up at 11:52 instead of midnight. Always the same bus number, same driver, just earlier. The first time it happened, I ran to catch it. I remember the doors opened and I stepped inside and immediately felt colder than I expected, like much colder than outside. I even rubbed my arms. The driver didn't say anything, just gave a slow nod. I remember thinking he looked different, older maybe, but it was dark and I didn't look too hard. I sat near the back, like I always do, and put in my earbuds. It was a weird ride. The lights in the bus flickered occasionally, not constantly, just enough to be annoying, and it felt like the driver was taking a slightly different route. The turns weren't familiar, but again, I just assumed I was tired, maybe zoning out. But the weirdest thing was the windows. They were pitch black, no streetlights, no reflections, just a flat, empty darkness. Even when I pressed my forehead to the glass, I couldn't see anything. It felt like we were driving through a tunnel with no end. When I got off, the driver didn't look at me, didn't nod, didn't speak. I just stepped into the night and suddenly everything felt normal again. Streetlights, cool air, the hum of the city. I chalked it up to exhaustion and forgot about it. Until it happened again. Next night, 11:52. Same early bus, same cold air, same driver. This time there was someone else on the bus, a woman, sitting 2 rows ahead of me, near the window. I could only see the back of her head, long dark hair. She never moved, not once, just sat perfectly still, hands folded in her lap. I remember thinking how strange it was that I never saw her get on. When I got off, I glanced back through the doors. She was still sitting there, still motionless. It became a pattern. Every night for a week, the same bus, same time, same cold, same woman. Sometimes there were others too. A man in a suit who stared at the floor, a child with no shoes, an older lady holding a newspaper upside down. But they never interacted, never looked at each other, never looked at me. And always, the windows were black. I tried taking a different route once, took a different bus, transferred twice. It took nearly 2 hours to get home, but I didn't care. I just wanted to avoid Route 66. That night, around 11:50, I got a notification on my phone. Next bus, Route 66, arriving in 2 minutes. I never signed up for those notifications. The app didn't even show a Route 66 in service that late anymore. The next night, I waited, just to see. Sure enough, at 11:52, the bus pulled up. Same number, same driver. I didn't get on. It sat there for a long time, way longer than usual. The doors stayed closed, but I could see movement behind the windshield. Not the driver, something else, like someone was standing behind him, watching me. I went home and called in sick the next day. 2 days later, I received a letter in the mail. No return address, Just my name on the front, handwritten. Inside was a single sheet of paper. It said, "You're already on board." That night, I had a dream, or at least I think it was a dream. I was back on the bus, only it was empty, no driver, no passengers, just me, sitting alone in the back. The windows were black, the lights flickered, and the bus kept driving forever. I woke up gasping, sweating, with dirt on my hands. I'd been sleepwalking. My front door was unlocked. I've since moved to a new place, started working days. No more buses.